Europe just rewrote the rules of cybersecurity. Is your organization ready? This January, the European Commission published two landmark initiatives, the EU Digital Network Act and the EU Cybersecurity Act. Together, they represent a structural shift in how Europe governs its telecommunications infrastructure, cybersecurity posture, and supplier ecosystem. This is not incremental regulation. It is a strategic reset. What was once recommended is now mandatory, and the consequences affect every telecom operator, technology vendor, utility, healthcare provider, and organization running critical infrastructure across the EU. Over the past decade, Europe's digital infrastructure has become deeply interconnected, highly software-defined, and increasingly dependent on complex global supply chains. While this has driven innovation and cost efficiency, it has also introduced systemic risks that are no longer theoretical. Geopolitical tensions, state-sponsored cyber activity, and supply chain disruptions have fundamentally changed the risk landscape. Networks are no longer neutral pipes. They are strategic assets. The new legislation proposes that what was once voluntary will become mandatory across the European Union. This includes enforceable requirements on supplier risk assessment, network architecture decisions, procurement and deployment practices, lifecycle management of critical network components. In practical terms, certain hardware, software, and cybersecurity solutions deemed high risk will no longer be permitted within EU critical infrastructure. A supplier may be considered high risk based on several factors: direct or indirect control by a non-EU state, inability to demonstrate operational independence from its home state, supply chain risks threatening EU digital sovereignty, a history of recurring or systemic vulnerabilities, participation in core functions of EU critical infrastructure. Technical excellence alone is not sufficient. Governance, ownership, legal jurisdiction, and strategic alignment matter just as much. The scope extends far beyond 5G. The legislation applies to mobile networks of all generations, fixed access networks, transport and transmission networks, core and edge infrastructure, and even satellite communications. One of the most consequential implications is the expected requirement that EU mobile networks be free of high-risk suppliers by 2030. This is not merely a compliance target, it is a market signal. Operators will need to reassess long-term vendor strategies, plan phased network transitions, and prioritize vendors that offer long-term regulatory certainty. The CE marking is also evolving. Under the new framework, it will increasingly signal compliance with strict cybersecurity requirements, secure by design development practices, and alignment with EU-wide security certification schemes. These acts are not anti-globalization, nor are they anti-innovation. They are pro-resilience. The EU is asserting that strategic dependencies must be reduced, critical infrastructure must be defensible under crisis conditions, and long-term security outweighs short-term cost advantages. In this new landscape, European technology providers with genuine technological independence gain strategic relevance. Companies with European ownership, European R&D, and transparent governance represent risk-mitigated, future-proof investments. For organizations operating critical infrastructure, the question is no longer if this shift will happen, but how prepared you are to lead it. At TelDot, we've spent 40 years securing European infrastructure, with European ownership, European engineering, and a cybersecurity approach built for exactly this moment. Want to future-proof your network strategy? Check the link in the description.